you bugger. You absolute bugger. Oh, we're live. Dashboard. It's got the wrong title. It has the wrong title. Brands Season 2 NXT versus NJPW. Right, create that. I'll put that in there. Beautiful. I'm going to do a little bit of this into there. Beautiful. I'm going to move a bit. I can't see your chat, by the way. If you are there already, I do apologise. I'm just loading everything up at the moment. Right, there we go. Where are we? Well, it's definitely beer o'clock, isn't it? There we go. Switch on the monetization. Let's start spamming you with as many adverts as we can. Make myself a good 16p from the stream. Get that saved. I need to change this. Copy the link over to here. And then also get a new Discord link. Boom. And boom. Right, I believe we are ready. Are we ready? Can I see you? No, I still can't see you. Okay. Thumbnail wise, I don't know what we're going to go for first, to be honest. I don't know whether we should let or maybe NXT should have the choice. Do they want to go first, considering they are in the lead, or whether New Japan should go first? So NXT see what they need to do. I don't actually have an NJ. I don't actually know. Aha, I'm here. I can see you now. Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome. Hello, fellow humans. Where are we? Right, so no one ever forgets you, Bun Me. Right, what do you want to see first then? Do you want to do New Japan or do you want to do NXT first? Sorry about the delay, by the way. It was a bit of a hectic day today. Looks like work's going to pick up a bit for the next week or so. So unfortunately, I may not be able to stream as much as I wanted to this week. With various things that are happening this week, I'm afraid. Where am I? So I'm just trying to get a New Japan logo we can use as a thumbnail. There we go. New Japan first. Hi, Bun Me. So I'm a little bit behind on everyone's chat, so I've got no idea what's happening half the time at the moment. Right, New Japan. We'll do New Japan first then. So with New Japan, I've used some of Jay's suggestions. I've used some of my suggestions. I've used some of New Generation suggestions as well. And I think we've got a couple of good cards to start things off tonight. Jay's had some suggestions for NXT. I think Jay's been a bit harsh, to be honest. Poor old Kevin Owens just won the North American Championship on Saturday, and now Jay's making him defend it again straight away in tonight's main event. But everyone in the Discord said they were happy with that, so Kevin Owens wins the belt, then has to defend it in a triple threat the next day. It's harsh, but if he's a true champion, he'll be able to do it. I've got 4 beers, so not really drinking, no. Just going to be lightly happy. Right, so New Japan. We have got on this show. We're starting things off with Ricochet versus Will Ospreay, one of the classics from the junior heavyweight division. Jay, we've only been streaming for about 5 minutes or so, if that. We haven't actually started anything yet. So Ricochet versus Ospreay. We've got Gallows and Anderson versus Evil and Sanada. We've got a triple threat match between Takahashi, Kushida and Finn Balor. Jonathan Gresham and Jay Lethal go up against the Young Bucks. Tomohiro Ishii versus Katsuyori Shibata. Moxley versus Lance Archer. And then our main event is a fatal 4-way elimination match, which will be Kenny Omega, Hiroshi Tanahashi, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Jay White. Now, the idea is we're going to have one of these matches tonight and another one of these matches on episode 2. And the 2 winners will go on to fight for the IWGP Championship at the pay-per-view. Yeah, I quite like a championship being defended frequently, Jay, I must admit. That's not how they're using it in real life, is it, really? They're using it as more of a sort of high-level title, but I think the problem is that obviously they do that in real life because they like to... what's the best way of putting it? They like to sell pay-per-view, so they like to save the big matches for the pay-per-view, whereas we don't really care, so we can do anything. So, we're ready to go underway? I think we're all good. I mean, we've got probably a couple of people missed. I'm not seeing New Generation yet, but I think he said he was going to be a little bit late, didn't he? Because he was unpacking. You know the one thing we haven't done? We haven't booked Jeff Cobb for tonight, have we? Jeff Cobb is on the New Japan roster. Where do we see Jeff Cobb? Do we see him in the World Championship picture? The United States Championship picture? The Openweight Championship picture? I mean, Jeff Cobb is someone who can span many different genres, can't he, really? What's up, Bummy? What you got to tell me? Jeff Cobb for the Never Openweight. I think he suits everything, doesn't he, really? Why? Does anyone know why the logos have stopped loading up in these screens now? I don't know why it is. Hey ho. Yeah. Right. I'll switch the entrance off already, so we should be good to go. Yeah, Ian, I'm gonna have you see Lucha Reject now has got a he's got a picture of the Shockmaster's face next to him. We're gonna have some more of those soon, I think, and we're gonna get Jeff Cobb as one of the membership badges. I think that'd be pretty cool. But I mean, Man United will finish top 4. Leicester will lose to Arsenal tomorrow, and Man United and Chelsea will be 3rd and 4th. Easy. Easy peasy. I think Jeff Cobb literally could be in every single championship picture. I mean, even the tag team picture, he could be the Chosen Bros alongside Matt Riddle. Maybe not the junior heavyweight. Here, Aaron. Can you see Bunme's chat then, Aaron, can you? Nobody else can see it. Everyone thinks I'm going mad and talking to myself. Yeah, that's booked in. That is Jace. We should be seeing that. Yeah, nobody else can see it, Aaron. Everyone thinks I'm going mad. Everyone thinks I'm just talking to myself all the time. I'm glad someone else can see him because I keep thinking I'm going weird. Yeah, Budmy's a Chelsea fan. Very excited for next season with team of Werner and Ziyech. I think Man United will just end up getting a defender, to be honest. I don't think they'll go big anywhere else. Got Spurs versus Everton about to kick off as well. So we have got a good night planned. I've got some beers, I've got some curry in the slow cooker for after the stream. Got the football on. We've got New Japan versus NXT. And we're looking good. And we're starting things off strong. As you can see with the rankings, by the way, if you've checked them over on NXT, what I have done is I've freshened them up. So basically I've taken away all of the rankings and put them into the previous rankings so we can keep this season separate to the overall, so we can sort of see who's getting on with what. Yeah, I've got it on Bun Me. I've got it on at the same time as this so I can keep an eye on it. And it's live. Yes, I'll be watching it at the same time. See you in a bit, mate. Messi linked with Manchester City. Wow. I can't see it happening this summer, to be honest, Jay. I haven't yet, Aaron. No, I got home and I got caught up in other stuff, so I've not done anything yet. I might try and get it ready to do for tomorrow, though. Have you done yours yet? Yeah, I'm doing okay, thanks, Chloe. Just a bit of a busy day today. I've been caught up a bit, so I managed to, well, end up doing the stream a little bit later than planned. No, I think, I don't think there's enough money in the world at the moment to move Messi around this summer. I think after all the stuff that's gone on, it's a bit of a difficult one, I think. I don't think Man City could afford it at this point in time. Oh, that's good. It's possible, yeah. Everyone thinks I'm just going crazy. I'm talking to myself, though. No, I will do it, no, Aaron. I'll do the 5 88 pluses, and I'll do it on the PlayStation. I find it a lot easier than doing it on my phone. As you saw how much I made problems. Nothing much New Generation. This is just the first match. We're starting things off with New Japan. No, I can't see Messi leaving Barca. I mean, it'll be interesting. I've always said that I think that Ronaldo is a better player than Messi because Ronaldo has proved himself in different leagues, whereas Messi's only ever proved himself in Spain. Good evening, who am I? Nice takedown there by Ricochet now. Looking to head up on top. And dropping that big senton onto Will Ospreay. Ooh, not quite enough. Well, this was always going to be cracking on paper, wasn't it, Lucha Reject? This is nothing, mate. This is just literally for rankings. That's a good point, who am I? I mean, I can't even say your name anymore, can I? And Will Ospreay gets the victories. I'm being harassed by a fly. Am I in the right one? I'm not. I'm in NXT. No wonder I can't find the right names. Right, of course, the rankings are in the description down below. If somebody wants to check New Japan, because it's a new link, I want to make sure that I've done it correctly. But if someone can nip over into New Japan, that would be appreciated, so I can make sure I've done it right. But at least now, we have our first set of rankings on the board. So yeah, this is what I've done now, New Generation, the spreadsheets, if you go in there as well, is I've set, like, for every match, I basically copied something that Justin did when he was playing around. And he put, like, a reason for every match down, so I've sort of stolen that idea. So for every match, we're going to have some sort of point to it. And So this match is mainly just for rankings as well as momentum in the junior heavyweight division. I don't know, Jay. I think the Messi one's a bit different, isn't it? Because if you look at the whole story with the Messi one, was it they scouted him when he was very young? They brought him through, and he had issues with growth deficiency, and they paid for his medical treatment to treat all of that sort of stuff. So I feel like there's a lot more there. I mean, Wayne Rooney was a Liverpool fan who was told he was too fat by the Liverpool scouts who joined Everton, who then moved to Man United. I think Messi might be a little bit of a different story. I mean, I wouldn't put it. I mean, if it wasn't for all the stuff that had got in this year, I wouldn't say it's completely out of the question. But with the lack of money that football teams are going to have this summer, because of the amount of revenue they've lost out on, I mean, Spurs have just had to take a massive loan not long ago. So, because of that, I would imagine that everyone's going to struggle to spend money, to be honest. I think the prices of players will come down as well. Who am I? I've got 2K20. I brought the special edition on the release day, the £80-90 version, but it's just not stable still, to be honest. There's so many issues with crashes and so many issues with logos not loading from creative. I mean, if we were just using the normal people on the game, I would go with 2K20. But as soon as you delve into cores, it just becomes so much more buggy. It's really difficult to use, to be honest. Yeah, I have seen that, Jay. It seems to happen every year, that sort of story, doesn't it, really? But yeah, I've seen it a lot more this year. And the Messi's not really happy. I know a lot of the Barcelona players aren't really happy with the situation at the moment, are they? I mean, I wouldn't say it's impossible, but I just don't think there's going to be a lot of big transfers this summer. I don't think a lot of clubs are going to have the money. Like I say, Spurs have just taken, I think it was quite close to 100 million. And Man United's taken a £100 million loan as well. So a lot of these clubs are having to take loans just to financially support themselves. So I can't see big spends. One thing, though, for football-wise, that I would say is not completely out of the question, I mean, it seems unlikely, but it's not completely out of the question, would be for Harry Kane to go to Manchester United. I would say that's not like completely against the question, you know. Spurs are broke. Brand new stadium to pay for. They got no money to spend on transfers. If they sell one of their biggest assets, they got a good chance. Yeah, Okada versus Omega would be pretty good new generation. I mean, if neither of them qualify for the championship match, I think it's definitely a feud we can build towards the pay-per-view. Omega versus Okada, maybe even, I don't know, throw it down the lines of a Iron Man match, or throw it down the lines of a best 2 out of 3 falls. I think it'd be a cracking match. Who am I? No, I've not really played Madden before, to be honest. I don't really. I've watched a bit of American football here and there, but not a huge amount, to be honest. So it's a possibility, Jay. I don't know whether anyone's going to have the money for a big deal like that at this point in time. He's going to want a massive wage, isn't he? But it's an interesting one, the tag team division. Then Evil and Sonata versus the OC. Ooh, nice powerbomb there by Evil. Taking down Carl Anderson. I mean, we could be seeing this match again pretty soon, couldn't we, really? I mean, we know that Gallows and Anderson are, well, reported to have signed with Impact Wrestling. With the option to work for New Japan at the same time. So we could be seeing this match very, very soon, to be honest. Not really who am I, to be honest. Yeah, Iron Man could be a good shout. We'll have to see how it pans out across the month. I mean, if Like I said, if Omega doesn't win and Okada doesn't win their matches, we could end up seeing... we could build up to that match at the pay-per-view. The only issue we have with New Japan is going to be very much the same as there's a tap. Wow. There's the tap. Evil and Sonata of LIJ get the win. Okay. Evil and Sonata get the win over Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. Yeah, I was saying, I think we're going to have very much the same issue with New Japan as we do have with NXT. And that one is going to be that there is a large amount of tag teams. Nope. Sorry, I'm on the tag team tab. I forgot what I was talking about there. There's a large amount of championships. So there's 6 belts on this brand. So effectively 6 of the 7 matches at the pay-per-view are going to be championship matches, just like we have with NXT as well. Yeah, it's the same sort of thing, am I really? And it cost quite a bit here as well. No problem, Jamie. See you in a minute. Yeah, I think they're sort of leaning towards that, aren't they, Jay, at this point in time? I think both of these guys are pretty solid tag team wrestlers. It always stuns me to think that Sonata is the same Sonata that was in Impact for a bit, though. That's always stuns me. We can do, yeah. I mean, at the moment, the stable-wise, I've got them set up. I've got Bullet Club as Jay White, Kenta, Bad Luck Fale, Tai J, Ishimori, Tama Tonga, Tangaloa. We've got the Elite as Kenny Omega, Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson, and Marty Skull. We've got the Club as AJ Styles, Luke Gallows, and Carl Anderson. So we've got them sort of split up at the moment. Yeah, it surprised me, Jay, didn't it? You can't see Jay's messages. I think chat might be playing up a bit, to be honest. Because a lot of people can't see other people's messages. I don't know what would cause that, to be honest. Oh, that's a nice beer, that is. Right, this should be an interesting triple threat as well. I mean, this is the chance to be in a 5-star, doesn't it, really? I mean, I'm still not quite sure. Again, I think Finn Balor's very much like Jeff Cobb in this scenario. I mean, he can fight for a lot of different things, really. I mean, of course, junior heavyweight was something that Finn Balor was very good with in his previous run in New Japan, but also maybe pushing him up towards the Intercontinental division as well. I mean, an off chance, maybe the world, but I don't think a chance of this month will be. But definitely, I feel like Finn could go for the Intercontinental belt as well. I was going to book some more people for this card, but I tried to hold off a little bit because I didn't want the same people on 2 shows. I know we had some suggestions for Adam Cole and stuff like that, and saying that, have I done that wrong? I mean, I don't mind them being on both cards, on both shows, sorry. But I've tried to avoid booking them so they're both on the same stream. Yeah, so Finn Balor and Kushida are both not booked in NXT for tonight's show, which is the sort of plan I was looking to do. Should be an interesting one then. It's Finn Balor now with that underhook, taking down Takahashi. This is a triple threat, mate, New Generation. Again, not anything set in for it yet. We're just sort of playing the field a bit, seeing who stands out. These 3 guys could be involved in the junior heavyweight division. So Will Ospreay sort of stepped up a little bit. I'm sure the winner of this triple threat is also going to stand up and be counted in this division as well. And then give it another week or 2, we can sort of see who stepped up and who deserves the opportunity. Takahashi booting the knee of Finn Balor, now taking him up. Springing him off that top rope into a sit-out powerbomb. Not enough, though. Match continues. Kushida re-enters the ring. And gets taken down by Takahashi. Takahashi now looking to clothesline Kushida, who avoided it and dropped him neck first across that top rope. Wow, Finn just wiped out. Flops on top of Kushida, not quite enough. I don't think there's a lot in chat, New Generation. It's not like overly busy at the moment. Are you? Can you not see people as well? I mean, I know that a lot of people can't see Bun Me. And the chat rate is not high, I must admit, but I don't think it should be completely dead. Hi, Jamie. That's odd, New Generation. Jay, can you see New Generation's chat? Or is it just one way? He really beat Ishii, did he? Wow, that's pretty impressive. That's an interesting... That's why I quite like the New Japan Cup, just because they do mix and match the roster a little bit. Because the one problem that New Japan can have sometimes is that they sort of lock people into divisions and then that's where they are. And I think sometimes it is pretty good to see people sort of have opportunities. Well, that's a tricky one, New Generation. I must admit it's a tricky one, but I feel like that Walter versus Pete Dunne match is going to take a lot to be beaten, to be honest. It was, I think it was just how many of the finishes. I think Walter kicked out like 4 bitter ends. It was just an amazing, it was just longevity, really. Nice gut bust there by Finn Balor on Kushida. Kushida rolls to the outside. Balor now stalking. And Balor's going to go for the coup de grace on Takahashi. There's the pin. 1. What? That's not enough. Wow. Oh, is that the case, is it? I didn't know that, to be honest. Yeah, Walter versus Tyler Bates will be a big one as well. I'm good, thank you, Alex. How are you? Hope things are going better. Takahashi, nice leg lariat, taking Kushida down. And now Finn once again working over Takahashi. Kushida now with Takahashi up on the shoulder. Looking for the air raid slam. Drops him. Finn and Kushida now. Finn with the underhook. Boom. Brainbuster. Finn now drops into the pin. The Finn pin. Oh, it's still only a 2 count. NXT need to worry here, you know. New Japan have started off very, very strong here tonight. Very strong. But then again, AEW were very strong throughout the weeks. And NXT really pulled out of the pay-per-view. Nice suplex by Finn. Takahashi now Death Valley driver on Finn Balor. There's the pin. 1, 2, and 3. And Takahashi gets the win. Wow. That is a big, big win for Takahashi. Gives him 2 ranking points and a loss for Finn Balor. A loss for Kushida. And we have seen a lot of movement today in the junior heavyweight division. Yeah, it's been a very strong card so far for New Japan. Only 3 matches in, but they've looked pretty impressive so far. And we've still got some amazing matches yet to come. Of course, we've got 3 matches tonight that are almost like a main event, aren't they? Ishii versus Shibata. Jon Moxley versus Lance Archer. Omega versus Nakamura versus Tanahashi versus Jay White in a fatal 4-way elimination. That's crazy. Absolutely amazing matches here. New Japan. Wow. NXT have had a bit of a running start, though. They've had more chance to build up, and they're going to continue straight on from TakeOver. But New Japan, I mean, if they're going to go from a dry start straight into this, then NXT could be in trouble. Boom. Right, so Gresham and Lethal going up against the Bucks. Another match to sort of allow this tag team division or tag team rankings to really start to take shape. Should be pretty good. Take a long time to load. I haven't left the entrances on, have I? If it takes a long time to load, it generally means I've left the entrances on. You know what I'm like. Have the Dislike Crow been in yet? Not yet. Right then, here we go. Have I left the... No, I haven't left the entrances on. Okay. It's a very American-based match, isn't it, really, from the tag team division. We've already seen Evil and Sonata pick up a strong tag team victory here tonight. There's not really been much that's happened in the tag team division so far. Gorillas of Destiny have got a victory. And LIJ have got a victory. And also Gallows and Anderson with a loss, as well as LIJ with a loss as well. So apart from that, we're better than anything in the tag division. So there's a lot of work to still be done. I think we're going to really have to start to mix things up a bit here to really decide who's going to go for the tag team championships. So the moment Nick Jackson's inside the ring. Yeah, we probably will do it at some point, Jamie. We'll do it like a 4-way. We do have a triple threat elimination tag on NXT tonight. Nick Jackson still working over Gresham. And I must admit, I was quite surprised by the votes, you know. I mean, I knew New Japan was going to do well. There's no surprise there at all. But I was surprised how current day WWE's roster did pretty well as well. So that was a bit of a surprise. But there you go. I mean, it would be interesting to see what happens moving forward again. I think it'll be good to see what happens in Impact in the near future. With Slammiversary and that sort of stuff, and who's going to end up signing for Impact. That could really make our roster very interesting. It's also, I don't know if anyone else saw this today, but it has been announced that Brian Pillman Jr. is going to make his debut in AEW Dark this week. So that should be interesting. However, I believe he's just going to get squashed, to be honest. He's setting a match against Sean Spears, so I can't see him winning, to be honest. But I'd like him to. Boom, there's a super kick there. But the cattle mutilation locked in by Jonathan Gresham. Matt Jackson breaks it. I know, Jamie, the vote wasn't on the stream as such. It was... it comes up on the community tab. I'm not quite sure how it works on YouTube, to be honest, but it comes up almost like it's almost like a video, but it's not a video, it's a post. I leave it up for about 24 hours normally for you guys to vote on it, so yeah, there should be some more coming out sooner or later. Yeah, I did see that New Generation, yeah. As if things couldn't get any worse from over there, right? It's been a pretty good tag team match actually so far, isn't it? Pretty solid. Oh, I love that. I really do. The super kick from the double axe handle. Yeah, I've just seen that fanfic. It was very, very poor, to be honest. Forearm, and it's broken up by Nick. I mean, this has actually been a very good match. We might have found some really good chemistry between these two teams. You see another cattle mutilation locked in, but broken straight by Matt. I don't think Jay Lethal really saw that coming. Oh, what a boot by Jay Lethal. Another boot by Gresham. Great submissions, aren't they? Yeah, Nick and Matt Jackson, Jamie Green, they are. Matt is the one in the corner with the darker hair, and Nick is the one on the ground with the browner hair with the headband on. Moonsault there by Jay Lethal. That was pretty good, Alex. We did a lot of streaming this weekend. I was saying earlier, I don't think I'm going to be able to stream as much this week. Work looks like it's going to be pretty mad. I think I might actually be off for quite a few days. It looks like I'll be able to stream tonight and stream tomorrow. However, it looks like then I might be off until Sunday. I know it's a big chunk of time, but I've got a big project on at work this week. I think I might be stuck in there for quite a considerable amount of time this week. And on Saturday as well. That's not good, is it? Although I always think you can never really trust the media too much. They like to scaremonger quite a lot as well. Always take everything you see in the papers as a pinch of salt. Nice neckbreaker there by Jay Lethal. Dragging Matt Jackson middle of the ring into the pin. But Nick is there to break it up. Really? It's Everton versus Spurs, Lucha. Lethal with the big boots, and I'm quite sure what happened there with Matt Jackson. He seemed to take out Lethal somehow, but wasn't very effective. Nice hurricanrana by Nick as Matt now stalking Jay Lethal. Boom, super kick right into the face. Matt Jackson with a pin, Nick catching Gresham. Oh, didn't catch him enough though, did he? Matt Jackson now up top. Big moonsault right over the top of Jay Lethal and Matt Jackson, who were fighting. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, New Generation, to be honest. It's been one of the top tag team matches we've seen in quite a long time. I mean, we had that whole Dusty Classic, didn't we, at NXT last month, but or last week, shall I say? And I don't think any of those tag team matches really got up to this level. That's how I'm watching it as well, fanfiction, on the totally legal way of doing it. But the problem is, it's about two and a half minutes behind, so I can never actually know, to be honest. Nice dropkick right to the back by Jay Lethal on Nick Jackson. Matt taking down Gresham, and I'll drop in a knee pushed right into the face. Back elbow by Nick Jackson. Dumping Jay Lethal to the outside. It's been a hell of a tag team match so far. Matt Jackson rolling Gresham through. So now Lethal and Nick Jackson are fighting their way up the ramp, and it's broken up there. The drop kick to the spine of Matt Jackson. Now Lethal taking Jackson over, locking the figure 4 leg lock. Nick is miles away, but Matt was really close to the ropes. And now single leg Boston Crab, but again, you've not moved him. He's still next to the ropes, you daft git. That's armbreaker by Nick Jackson on Jay Lethal. Strong fist. Evening, Luca. It's Gresham and Lethal in control at this period of time. Nick Jackson boot in the gut, forearm, another boot in the gut, another forearm. Clubbing blow to the back. Surely someone's got to win this match at some point, you'd think, wouldn't you? Surely. Don't call me Shirley. Nick Jackson brings Gresham back up into the super kick. Matt Jackson catching Jay Lethal. There's the pin. Is Lethal going to get there in time? He does not. And the Bucks get the victory finally. It's a pretty good tag team match, to be honest. And the Elite get the win over the team of Lethal and Gresham. And then into the singles roster, Matt Jackson and Nick Jackson pick up a point, where Jay Lethal and Jonathan Gresham pick up a loss. Now, Jay Lethal will be fighting in a match in the United States Championship Division next week, shall I say, or tomorrow, as is otherwise known. But it'd be interesting to see whether he can turn that poor momentum around. 5-star match. Yeah. New Japan has started incredibly strong. And you can't see it dropping off at this point in time, can you? I mean, Ishii versus Shibata. It's going to be amazing. We know it is. Moxley versus Archer. It's going to be cracking. And then, of course, the main event, the Fatal 4-Way Elimination. So it's going to be good, isn't it, no matter what? Oh, I did read, by the way, what you were talking about yesterday, Jay, about Shayna Baszler. I read the story a bit more this morning. Apparently, Vince has removed her from the main roster because he's not happy with her MMA style of wrestling. He doesn't believe it suits female wrestling, which is why he no longer wants to use her on the main roster, and she's been bent down to NXT. Nice forearm by Ishii, clattering Shibata, who does have the height advantage in this one. Nice underhook. Got them swapping positions there. The battle's now going to commence on the outside with Shibata clubbing the back and then launching Ishii around. No, I completely agree, New Generation. I've said that before. The problem is, Jay, if that's the case, if they're going to create that stable with Mercedes Martinez and Nicole Savoy and Shayna, then all three of those know they're never going to leave NXT, because if Vince doesn't want the women's division to have an MMA style to it, which is odd considering how much they wanted Ronda Rousey, if that's not what he wants, then those women know they're never going to progress from where they are. They're never going to make that step up. Yeah, I don't get it, New Generation, to be honest. I think some people like to just join the bandwagon half the time. Just cause problems for causing problems' sake. Well, that's the thing. I would agree. If I'm going to watch WWE, if you give me a choice of watching one show, NXT would be the thing I would watch. NXT is still their development. It is. That's where they build people up to move them onto the main roster. They're wrong, it's a much higher level. But it's still development. And that's good for WWE. When your developmental brand is the same level as your main competition, it's very good for them. Yeah, it is. There you go, Jay. Luca believes that NXT is still the developmental because he used the phrase call up. When they call people up, that's what it is, isn't it? Pin here by Shibata. I think they had to do that to try and legitimize it, but that's what they're still using it as that, though, aren't they? That's still the first place that wrestlers will come onto TV, and then when they get to a certain level, they get moved on to Raw or Smackdown. It's like ECW. They always classed ECW as their third brand, but ECW was always a place where they just put people to see how they got on a singles run, or put the younger people to see how they developed. I agree, Jay. I don't believe that. I believe that NXT is the best product they put out. I'll completely agree with you on that. But the problem is WWE believe it's their developmental still. They don't like to say it, but they believe it. Tomohiro Ishii with a victory over Katsuyori Shibata. Big win in the openweight division. Shibata not happy. That's a big win, that is, for Shibata. Not Shibata, sorry, Ishii. Very disappointing for Shibata, though. Yeah, it was a cutscene. This wasn't a very good one, was it, really? Disappointment from Shibata. Maybe we can see him step up. There you go, Jay. You just said it yourself. You just said it yourself. You just said it yourself, my friend. You said that NXT is not the developmental, yet you refer to Raw and SmackDown as the main roster. Boom! You got burned. Here we go then. A big match here in the United States Championship division. No, you weren't. You got done, mate. You got caught out there. You got caught out. Magnus? Magnus. Is there any reason why you're here? Okay, I have a random cat in my living room. Magnus. Magnus. What are you doing? What are you doing, Magnus? Okay. The big white cat is here. I can see you. I can see you, mate. You can't just wander into someone's house like that. Don't just look at me and roll around on the floor. He's a little git, I'll tell you. No, I agree with you, Jay. No, I agree with you, Jay. Raw and Smackdown have not been very good at all. But the problem is that NXT is still that's how it's treated. WWE don't see NXT on the same level as Raw and Smackdown. They haven't done for they would never. I mean, a lot of them might do, but Vince never will, because NXT's not his. Vince will never treat NXT fairly. I know, Chloe. I've got 2 female cats, and I've got 1 big random white male cat just sat here. Magnus, Magnus, Magnus. I'm gonna keep calling you that until you accept it. Magnus, Magnus. Stupid cat. It's true, yeah. They just sneak in and do what they want to do, don't they? You know what Vince is like. If Vince is busting somebody back down to NXT, that proves that Vince still believes that it's developmental, doesn't it? And that's how Shayna will feel. I'm sure she will do. I'm sure she'll feel like she's been demoted. Magnus, where are you? Magnus? 1 second, this cat's disappeared. 1 second. He's eating their food. There we go. No, I've had my neuter, Chloe. That's why I'm not too worried with a big male cat walking around my house at the moment. Pinned by Archer. Is that going to be enough? No, it's not. I need a 2 count. Yeah, I know what you mean. I've never been a Pickford fan, Luca. I've never rated him. Everyone went mad at him in the World Cup, and I always said he's not that good. Always. Archer now mocks the up and slams him down. Nice jawbreaker by Mox. He then just wipes him out. They are as well. They went in, oh my god. Yeah, I see what you mean, Luca. I've just seen it now. The best thing is he's like giving people like fist bumps like he did a really good job. This is the 6th match, Lucha. We've got 1 more left after this one. There's the paradigm shift. Is he going to pull this off? I still haven't watched this year's Wrestle Kingdom, to be honest. Although they've just put it... Remember a few weeks ago I was moaning about it because I brought it on Fight TV and I didn't watch it straight away and I didn't realise that they only had like a 2-week watch time. I got really annoyed, but they've recently put it back on Fight TV and I've got access to it. I'm not sure if everyone's got access or just me because I've paid for it. I've got no idea, but either ways, I'm quite happy. So I'll have to watch Wrestle Kingdom at some point. Magnus, how much food are you going to eat, you fat git? What do you think? Right, front chantry by Archer, boot in the gut, another big knee in the face as well. So Moxley's starting to get more control of the match now. But Archer's a big, strong man. He can just turn the match around in a sixpence like that. But then Moxley's resilience turns it back. Mox now starting to hype himself up. Well, that worked well, didn't it? Mox big boot in the calf of Lance Archer. Mox springs forth. Boom! Sorry, Jamie, the one that's fat git is not my cat. It just comes and eats the food every now and again. Just comes in to say hello. I probably watch the highlights on YouTube, to be honest, Luca. I'm not really that interested at the moment with WWE. Moxley versus Suzuki does sound pretty good. And that is a paradigm shift, and that is a 2 count. Wow. I thought that was going to be it. I was convinced that was going to be it. Extreme Foals. Is that like a version of Extreme Rules that involves small rodents? That's Extreme Foals, isn't it? It will be a horror show, yeah. The thing is, you can't really trust any of WWE's taglines anymore because they called their last show the greatest match in wrestling history, whatever it was called. So you can't really trust them too much, as Moxley does pick up the victory over Archer. That's a big win for Mox. Of course, the current United States champion is AJ Styles. So this win for Mox is pretty good. It often happens on this game, to be honest. What are you doing in there? Let me go check this cat out again. Make sure it's not doing stuff it shouldn't be. He's got a cut on his head. That's not good. Right, there we go. You're crazy, Lucha. I didn't read the rest of it. I just wanted to call you crazy because you said that. I like the cat. He's nice. He's got a cut on his head, though. I think he's been fighting. Right, main event of the evening time. Fatal 4-way elimination. The winner will be one half of our IWGP Heavyweight Championship match at the pay-per-view. Yeah, it always seems to happen, Jamie. I mean, one's not bad, to be honest. We normally get tons. I don't know why. But there we go. We got the 5. We always get 5 dislikes. I don't know why, but 5 is always the number. It's the 5 personalities of certain people. No, we don't laugh and let him get away with that. That's your mother. Here we go then, fatal 4-way elimination. It happens every stream, Jamie, for some reason. We get 5 dislikes in the space of 30 seconds, that's it. I don't know why it keeps happening, but I did bring it up with YouTube and said, look, we can stream for 5 hours and we get 5 dislikes all in the space of 10 seconds. They're like, yeah, it's normal. So I don't mind. If someone dislikes it, they dislike it, that's fine, but the fact that it's just in such a short period of time is what makes me think that it's not 100% real. That's it. That's terrible. That's terrible, you two. You sound like an episode of Jeremy Kyle waiting to happen. Athena, what's he doing now? Is he still playing with the carrot? Is he leaving? No, he's going back for more food again. Okay. Chunky git. No, he's playing with the other toys now. So yeah, point for each elimination in this one. Minus a point for being eliminated, of course, as well. Shinsuke and Jay White on one side of the ring. Not Nakamura, sorry. Nakamura, Jay White on one side of the ring, yeah, and Tanahashi and Omega on the other side. Yeah, it's elimination, Jamie Green, this one, yeah. Oh, yeah, I'll have to do it afterwards, yeah. I do, Jay, but she's got a puncture at the moment. Saito suplex by Nakamura on Tanahashi. Omega slides back in. Nakamura flattens Omega with a big clothesline. And Nakamura now dropping Jay White. Next show, we'll have another 4 of these. It's going to be Okada versus Suzuki versus Naito versus Jericho. Yeah, I mean, we're already halfway... Well, after this match, Jamie, we'll be halfway through. It's not too bad. And the streams are normally around about 2 hours, to be honest. It's not too bad. Well, that means I'm going to end up eating a curry at 10 PM, which is going to be pretty interesting. Single leg Boston by Jay White, but too close to the ropes. Big high... Is it high fly flow? That Tanahashi uses, I think. On Omega into a sling blade as well. As Jay White up high. Tanahashi with a pin on Omega, and Tanahashi eliminates Omega as well. Wow, okay. Kenny Omega eliminated first in this one. Why has he already got... Oh, no, that's why. Because I'm on the wrong person. Kenny Omega, there he is. And Tanahashi gets a +1. So not a great start of Omega then, is it really? Yeah. God, yeah. That would be a long one, wouldn't it? All 3 guys back in the ring. And Jay White, and oh, Jay White was going for that switchblade. Possibly Jay, or I'm all up for, if Okada doesn't win next week, I'm all up for building Okada versus Omega as a feud for the next pay-per-view. Nakamura taking Tanahashi down. We have to Magnus, he leaving? Okay, Magnus is leaving. He's had his food, he's happy now. Nakamura dropping the Urigoroshi onto the neck, of course, of Tanahashi. Jay White re-enters the ring. Look to clothesline the back of Nakamura. Nakamura avoided it. Now they're both trading strikes. Big knee by Jay White. Into that snap suplex. Tanahashi now bringing Jay White back up into the head scissors. Mate, if you want to pay £80 to watch the pay-per-view, I'm more than happy about that. I'll take that all day long. Nakamura being smart here then, just taking a second to recuperate and allow the battle between Tanahashi and Jay White to continue. Sling blade on Nakamura. Tanahashi now looking to bring him back up. There's the jawbreaker. It's not Luca, no. I don't know what mine is, to be honest. Mine's like a whole TV service, not just sports. Nice clothesline. Oh, and a big clothesline once again by Jay White on Nakamura. Jay White now taking Nakamura up into that package. Wow. I mean, I'd like to go down the lights of I'd like to go down the lines of Nakamura versus Ibushi intercontinental-wise. That was one of my favourite matches from Wrestle Kingdom. That was a few years ago. Tanahashi neck breaker on Jay White. What, you're going to explode, Chloe? Takedown there by Tanahashi. Bringing Nakamura back up to his feet. Into another sling blade. Tanahashi stalking now. Into that dragon suplex. There's the pin. And Tanahashi gets another elimination. This time on Shinsuke Nakamura. Tanahashi looking very good here with 2 of the eliminations so far. Can Jay White stop the reign of Tanahashi, or is Tanahashi going all the way? Russian leg sweep by Jay White. Stalking Tanahashi. There's the switchblade. Wow, this could be it. This literally could be it. There's the pin. 1, 2, and 3, and Jay White has nicked it. Jay White has nicked it after Tanahashi did all the work to get the eliminations. Jay White has just snuck in and stole it, and Jay White is going on to our New Japan pay-per-view to fight to become the first IWGP Heavyweight Champion. IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Boom. What a win for Jay White. Morning, Justin. We're already halfway through, mate, to be honest. We've just finished off our first show, our first episode of New Japan. And we're going to be moving on to NXT now for their second season. That was a very good card. Very good card. I feel like NXT have really got a lot to live up on, but then again, they have done. They've had to do it in previous careers, haven't they? They did it last time round. What happened there? What happened in the football, Luca? At half-time? Yeah, you missed it, Justin. I could always go back and watch it later on, but it was a pretty damn good card, to be honest, Justin. It was a really, really strong card. Yeah, what happened there, Luke? I just saw a little highlight of them, just like a bit of argy-bargy. That's 9 PM. Yeah. Whoa. That seems a bit Well, it seems like a bit of an extreme reaction to that, doesn't it, really? I'll take off this screen just so you don't see the results. I mean, you might have seen them already anyway. So there we go. New Japan is done. We move now on to NXT, and NXT have got a lot to live up to here. I believe Magnus might have left the house now as well, because my kitty's just come back in for some more attention. Right, I am going to have to leave you for a split second. I'm going to go and grab an extra drink and that sort of stuff and check that Big White has left the garden, and I'll be back in a second. Ah, you prick. Ow! I've trodden a plug. Meow meow. Meow 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 meow. Meow meow meow. Is he gone now? Yeah, he's gone. So his sister's back. You okay? Oh, my fucking foot. Bastard. Ugh, I'm back. What's going on? The cat has gone now, he's left. And I'd trodden a plug and it really hurt. Really, really hurt. Right. You heard that, did you? I left my phone charger unplugged for some reason next to my desk, so when I stood up, I walked straight on the plug, and it was not ideal. What am I watching? Let me change that logo back to the NXT one. And save that. Oh, I know what it is. Yeah, no, New Generation, I know what it is. I know what the Wheel of Fortune one is, yeah. The South Park Wheel of Fortune, was it? Yeah, I know which one it is, mate. People that annoy you. Yeah. I've not watched South Park in ages. I think they put loads on Netflix recently, haven't they? I used to like the World of Warcraft episode because that hit a bit close to home, that one. Because I used to play Warcraft, so that's pretty good. Anyway, right. This is the card for the NXT. First of all, the Tyler Bate versus the Walter. Fatal 4-way elimination from the Cruiserweight division. Cedric Alexander, Leo Rush, Mustafa Ali, and Buddy Murphy. Triple threat for the women's division. Kairi Sane, Asuka, and Io Shirai. We've got a triple threat tag team elimination match. Street Profits versus the War Machine versus Undisputed Era. We have got the introduction of the new LIJ stable here. That Jay has suggested, which is Andrade, Cien Almas, Angel Garza, being accompanied to the ring by the current Cruiserweight Champion El Hijo de Fantasma, whatever his name is, versus Gran Metalik and Kalisto with Lince Dorado at ringside. Keith Lee versus Dominik Dijakovic. And then your main event is a triple threat match for the North American Championship. Close to being a rematch, actually, from Sunday's episode. We've got Seth Rollins, Adam Cole, and Kevin Owens. So without further ado, let's hit that button. My foot really bloody hurts. Yeah, Lucha House Party, yeah. Well, it depends how you look at it, because I'm not sure Kalisto is Mexican, to be honest. I think Kalisto is... I think a lot of the... Yeah, Kalisto's born in Chicago. Lince Dorado was born in Puerto Rico. And I think Gran Metalik was Mexico. Gran Metalik was born in Guadalajara. Guadalajara. Here we go then. Walter off of an incredible match at the pay-per-view where he wasn't quite able to take the United Kingdom Championship away from Pete Dunne. Now challenges another member of the British Strong Style stable in the shape and size of Tyler Bate. This will be Walter's opportunity to try and get himself back into a championship picture, I suppose. Hey, gringo. I'm from Guadalajara. I get all my my Mexican accents from playing Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I'll have to play that again at some point. Have I got that here? Yeah. Yeah, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, Grand Theft Auto Liberty City, Grand Theft Auto Vice City. I've got them all. We're good for another Grand Theft Auto session. Oh, I have said before, Justin, if you do miss anything, by the way, as well, is that I am going to be re-uploading the show separately as we move forward. It's going to be like a few weeks behind, don't get me wrong, but like today I've just started uploading the Battle Los Angeles tournament we did last weekend into like more easy-to-watch bite-sized videos. So I will be doing that with all these as well in the future. So if you do ever miss anything, you can always catch up that way. But it'll be a few weeks behind, obviously, I suppose. Did you vote on this one, Justin, by the way? I mean, I couldn't believe how many votes we had, to be honest. I mean, we only get, like, I think at the most we've had about 15, 16 people in the stream. Yet the votes, we had like 60, 70 votes, and some of them, it was crazy. I've just completed GTA 5, Jamie. I've got it all uploaded at the moment. Well, I'm mostly uploaded. I'm on to episode 125, I think it is at the moment. They weren't live, though. I did them all recorded. I did them during the lockdown. I blasted the whole game out in like a week. And now I'm just uploading one mission per day. So I've got plenty of content on that at the moment. That's the key, by the way, that is. I don't know, Jay, have you got, can you do scheduled uploads? I can't remember when I got them, to be honest. I don't know, I can't remember when I got scheduled uploads, Jay. Do you get that when you get to a certain level of YouTube, or do you get that straight away now? I can't remember, to be honest. But that's my biggest tip for anyone doing YouTube is record a lot ahead and then schedule the uploads. That's the plan. That's what I will be doing with the retro stuff, Justin, when I finally had a bit of a busy weekend and a bit of a busy... Well, today's been manic. Like I said, I won't be streaming that much this week, I don't think, but yeah, Justin, I plan on getting the retro stuff done pretty soon. Straight away, so you can't do scheduled, okay then. Yeah, I can do scheduled uploads like a month ahead of time. So like all of my GTA for this month, for the whole of July, is already there. It just goes live at a certain time every day. It's so much easier to do, especially when you go on holiday or something. But I suppose you stream anyway, don't you? You don't really upload videos, you just stream, don't you? which I think might be more my sort of thing now. I think streaming. I think I quite enjoy doing the videos. Don't get me wrong, but the streaming means there's no messing around with. Yeah, I have thought of that just now. I have had to put a little thing at the beginning to say this is from a live stream and be wary because I'm going to be talking randomly things to chat. So I have put a little message at the beginning about that. But yeah, that's the only thing I can think of, to be honest. But it just saves me a lot of time not edit. Well, then again, if I'm uploading them, I'm re-uploading them, I'm doing the editing anyway, aren't I, really? But I think I'll have to just see how it goes in the future, because I think there's some games that are better to stream and some games that are better to do live. No, that's the same thing, isn't it? Some games are better live and some games are better pre-recorded, so I'll have to try and figure out the best way of doing certain things, I think. Tyler Bate fighting free from the ring general's grasp. Yeah, Justin, I'm hoping to start getting that... yeah. I'm hoping to get that retros started this week. I know I said I was going to do it this weekend, wasn't I? But I've been caught up a lot. And work's going to be mad this week, I think. We've got a new machine coming in. It's going to be a lot of effort. Oh, new... yeah, I'll read it at the end of the stream, mate, if you want. I'll read it at the end of the stream after this. You can do it, Jamie, yeah, but it's, I'm breaking it down because, like, on one stream we might do 3 or 4 shows. I'm breaking it down into individual shows to make it a little bit easier for people to watch. I won't do everything, just the things that I think are worth doing, I think. Yeah, it's not far away now. I'm freezing just now. Because the cats insist on having the door open so they can go in and out into the garden, so I'm just sat here absolutely bloody freezing cold at the moment. They run my life, those two, I tell you. Have you read the fan fiction, Justin? I'm not gonna lie, Justin, some of these people scare me. Some of them scare me, I tell you. Tyler Driver by Tyler Bate. Only a 2 count. Everything that Walter's involved in turns to gold, doesn't it, really? Big clothesline by Tyler Bate, taking Walter down. There's the pin. Still only a 2 count as well, wow. No, I'll read it out. I don't know, Jamie, to be honest. I am... I'm 31. I'm 31. Tyler Bate with the pin once again. It's still only a 2 count. I'll be 32 in 3 months. I'm an old geezer, I am. I think that's good for this sort of thing, I suppose, because I've done a lot of business and management style courses and that sort of stuff, and I think that I look at YouTube in a different way to a lot of other people sometimes. I mean, that's always the problem with YouTube that I get sort of stuck in the middle of, is like, do I do what I want to do, or do I do that I know... Do I do what I want to do, or do I do what I know people want to watch? And that's always the problem. As Walter does pick up the victory. That's always the balance with YouTube, I think. Walter then. Big win for him. He needed that. Get himself back in the championship picture. And Tyler Bate with the loss. Stampede comes to this season as a complete sort of level playing field, didn't you, really? 8 degrees. Is that Fahrenheit or Celsius? That's definitely Fahrenheit, isn't it? No, Celsius. I don't know. I get confused with numbers now. If that was Fahrenheit, that'd be freezing, wouldn't it? I think you work the same as we do, don't you? I don't like to think of it as the oldest, Justin, just the most experienced. That's the way forward. Yeah, it's always a mix. I mean, the problem is there's so much stuff I want to do that I just feel like I haven't got the time half the time. That's the problem. I want to do everything. I mean, I keep looking at this pile of games I got next to me and I'm like, I just want to play them all right now. I want to do them all, but I know they're going to take so long, and I want to do this as well, and it's just, yeah, I think I'm going to mix and match it a little bit moving forward, I think. Yeah, I think you might be the youngest one in here, Jamie, to be honest. I don't know, Lucha. I think NXT's still got to work very hard because New Japan pulled out an amazing show. I don't think there was one dud match on there, was there really? Just to remember the good old days. Who's the youngest then, Lucha? Is it my mental age? 40's not that old. I'm going to be 40 soon. I feel like I'm 60 at the moment, to be honest with you. No, I'm well old, I am, Jamie. You know you're getting old. I've got to go... You know you're getting old when I've got to go to the hospital this week and have a blood pressure monitor fitted. That's when you know you're starting to get old, is when you start having to go and do shit like that. I've got to have a 24-hour blood pressure monitor fitted. On what's going to be the busiest week I've had at work in a very long time. So that's going to be fun. I always worry when people send me videos on the old... Nice. There can't be that. There must be more pubs than that in America, surely. If there wasn't more pubs than that in America, why would people stay there? That seems crazy. How old are you, Luca? I hope you're not the youngest, Chloe, to be honest. Well, I had cassette tapes, Justin, and VHSs. I had loads of VHSs. You're 11, Lucha. I thought you were older than that, to be honest. Yeah, Chloe, I think if you were younger than Jamie, Jamie said he's 13. If you're younger than Jamie, then Jay's going to get in a lot of trouble. Cedric now sending Leo Rush back into the ring. I must admit, it's odd from what I expected, because when I thought, if I'm doing like wrestling content on my channel, I just assumed I would get a much younger audience. But to be honest, I don't think I do, because when I look at my analytics, the majority of my audience is between 18 and 35, so I'm sort of hitting AEW's sort of core demographic at the moment. I'm pretty good. But yeah, I was surprised. I thought it would have a much younger audience, to be honest. But that's generally what a lot of this appeals to, isn't it, really? But I think it's the case of just finding people that are like-minded to get together, I suppose, isn't it? Nice snap suplex by Lio Rush. Rolls the hip, keeps the grip. Buddy Murphy taking Alexander down. Oh, now, we dropped some subscribers today. That's a bugger, isn't it? Well, not for me, Justin. I knew how old you were. You told me a few weeks back. I mean, I think you know when you get into a certain age when you start to make noises whenever you stand up and sit down. That's when you know you've sort of got to that point. Like, I can't get up now without making a noise at the same time. It's terrible. Cedric with the elimination over Buddy Murphy. Buddy's debut in NXT is not going down too well, is it? Jamie, Justin lives in New Zealand, so he's a bit off on the time zones. A bit more tricky for him. Isn't that what Carl Anderson always says? Doesn't Carl Anderson, because hasn't Carl Anderson got a hot Asian wife and he always refers to as a hot Asian wife? Yes. No, I just realised Lucha Reject said the exact same thing as what I said. Yeah, I'm sure Carl Anderson always says that, yeah. Yeah, I can't believe that. I've got to go and have a bloody heart, blood pressure monitor fitted this week and wear it for 24 hours. That's going to be fun. Just slowly inflating all the time. Well, if not, Jay, I'd wonder where the kids came from. You're follically challenged. I'm not, I'm the opposite. My hair's too thick. If I let my hair grow, it turns into a big old afro. I look like a microphone. Spanish fly from the top by Mustafa Ali on Lio Rush. Doesn't go for the pin, though. Decides to continue the assault. That's a weird one. Oh, Jamie Green has just face palmed the keyboard and just pressed enter. That's whatever came up. Only a 2 count, still not elimination. Cedric is pushing hard though. Yeah, also, is it hard to believe Justin's age when his username is Justin1980? I thought that might kind of give it away a little bit. Mustafa Ali with the Hurricanrana. Now wrenching back at the neck of Cedric. Cedric back up on his feet. Sends Mustafa Ali into the corner. Cedric Tornado DDT dropping Mustafa Ali hard. And Mustafa rolling Cedric through. Cheers, by the way, guys. We're up to 12 likes, apparently, at this moment in time. Which is cracking. We still have our normal 6 dislikes for some reason. I was going to say something just then, but it would have sounded a bit bad, I think. Well, no, it's not. I mean, they're like good stereotypes of Asian people, aren't they, really? Really good cooks, hard-working. That's not racist, is it? That's just like pointing out a stereotype. I'm going to shut up again because I'm digging this hole again, aren't I? Yep, you're right, Chloe, yeah. That's the way. Yeah, I read that New Generation. I don't know why they keep changing these belts for, to be honest. Still only a 2 count. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Chloe, did you just assume my gender? Did you just assume my gender? Because that's a very dangerous place to get to. Oh, yeah. Well, that's the culture over there, isn't it, I suppose? The culture over there is very hard-working, very intelligent. Not like over here, I tell you. The culture is a bunch of stupid people. I can't believe, Chloe, you assume my gender. I associate as a 42-year-old toaster oven. Which will still make you the only girl here, I suppose, if I'm a toaster oven, I suppose, wouldn't it? There's a pin off the inverted 450 by Mustafa Ali. Still only a 2 count. Crazy. Backstabber. 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 Only one, Luke. You don't, not even the entire pack. Okay, Chloe, that might be the weirdest sentence I've read so far. Cedric now taking Leo Rush up and dropping him. Almost like a flatliner, but around the world at the same time. Just one crisp. Justin, it sounds like you might have too much time on your hands, you know. All this working from home has given you too much time to deliberate. Nice takedown there. Kill switch by Leo Rush. Drops him. I don't know, Jamie, because a lot of your questions seem to be riddles that I'm not willing to commit to. There's the pin, and Leo... That was a free! I saw his hand hit them out the third time! This is a flaming travesty. You see that powerbomb here by Mustafa Ali, only for a 2 count. Mustafa gonna fly high with a 450 onto the knees of Mr. Rush. Reverse Rana by Mustafa Ali. Leo Rush swinging. Leo Rush, the king of the swingers. That's easy, JB. A lot of people always think that's one of those sort of questions that people can't figure out, but it's easy, it's obvious. The egg came first. The egg was around before the chicken. For some reason, Justin, when I read that, I got the Gary Glitter song, You Want to Be in My Gang, in my head instead. I don't know what that says about me, to be honest. Yeah, the egg came first, Jamie, because something laid the egg, and then that evolved into the chicken. Something that wasn't a chicken laid an egg, and then it evolved to become the chicken. That's true, yeah. Well, I am an uncle, and I'm also quite chunky, so I could be the fat uncle. It's because I read you want to be the leader of my club, and I just got You Want to Be in My Gang in my head instead. I don't know why. No, I've met him, you know. Yeah, I have actually met Mr. Glitter. It was a long time ago. I was a child at the time, which sounds even worse, I know, but he was doing live shows out in Greece while I was on holiday once. That's a very worrying... Now that I think back, it's quite worrying, but I'm sure, yeah. Yeah, I could be. No, I met Mr. Glitter in Greece once. Not just me, like, but Mustafa Ali with a quick roll up on Cedric. This match is going the distance, isn't it? Jay. I'm assuming somebody else has got 4 kids then, haven't they, Jay? Your sister's got 8 kids. Oh, God. Your uncle. Nice sit-out powerbomb there once again by Mustafa Ali on Cedric. Nice inverted 450. I can't believe the match is still going so far, to be honest. Inverted 450 once again. There it is. And with a little twist on it as well. Is he finally going to get an elimination here? There's the pin. 1, 2, and 3. And Mustafa Ali does eliminate Leo Rush. What a rush. There we go. Ranking's done. So Jay, you got a very busy family. She's got kids and she needs this job. I like that. You could be, Chloe. I mean, if you commit yourself to Jay, then you'd adopt all of his nieces and nephews. I wouldn't suggest that. Oh, only a 2 count once again. Come on, Everton. Put that in the top corner, my friend. Stick it in the top corner. Cedric, once again, another lumbar check. He's checked the lumbar and it is fully snapped. Time for the pin. For the 1, 2, and a 3. Cedric gets the win with the elimination over Mr. Ali. Boom. Okay. So Cedric's looking pretty good here. Maybe a Cruiserweight Championship match in his future. I can stream the wedding. Oh, God. I can imagine Jay just putting someone through a table midway through at some point. Oh my god. So though, if you're with Jay, you're not technically the auntie to Jay's nephews and nieces. Is that how it works? Unofficial auntie. Imagine Jim Cornette walking out. Oh god. I think reading your fan fiction, Luca, I think it suits more the wedding night, to be honest. Yeah, that cruiserweight match took its time, didn't it, really? I'm surprised elimination matches don't normally last that long, to be honest. Yeah, met his sister yet? Oh, I suppose it's been locked down and that sort of stuff, I suppose. She's probably too busy, Chloe, to be honest. She's probably far too busy to beat you. She's got 8 kids. You get Bubba the Love Sponge. Lucha Rejects, Jamie, that was the answer. Yeah, imagine how busy you'd be just if you had 8 kids. Have you had to be homeschooling as well, Justin, or are they still at school? This could be a cracking match, this one as well, couldn't it, really? Yeah, I think there's 2 different types of long, isn't there? There's long as in a long match that doesn't really have much context to it, and there's long as in a match that can really showcase great ability. It all depends, doesn't it, really? Sometimes matches go long for no reason. It's already the school holidays. And you're working from home, I bet it's really busy, isn't it? Jamie's gone mad again. He forgot to take his pills. Come on, Jay. You've been going out for 9 months and you still haven't introduced her to your sister. This is terrible, Jay. Yeah, I think I had the lockdown lovely, I must admit. Because I live on my own and the weather was quite nice, I really enjoyed the lockdown, to be honest. I did what I want when I wanted for 8 solid weeks or 9 solid weeks. It was fantastic. But I can imagine living with other people, working from home would be a much different scenario, I must admit. Kyrie going to drop the big elbow. Io's down the outside. This could be enough, you know. Io's not going to make it in time, is she? She might do. Oh, she did as well. Wow. Sane is really dominating this one, considering that she could be leaving WWE soon as well, by the looks of it. Too many beers, not enough space to put them. Uh-oh. Yeah, Justin, if you want to know roughly what I look like, I've been... my sister's best friend believes I look like Iggle Piggle from In the Night Garden. I'm assuming you might know what that is. Asuka, nice snap suplex on Io Shirai, who just completely pops out of it. Cornette will be furious with that no-selling. Pin by Asuka on Io Shirai. Kairi Sane breaks it up. I don't know why. I feel like I'm being bullied when she says that, to be honest, though. Okay, Jamie, no problem. We'll see you again later on. We'll be back on tomorrow night again. Pin here by Io Shirai on Asuka. Sane breaks it up. An insane breakup. Asuka manages to fight free from that Death Valley driver position. Back fist. Now taking on Kairi as well. Hello. Hello there. That's pretty cute. Oh. I said hello to my cat now. She's good to see me. That's nice of her. You coming to see me? There you are. Yeah, talk to everybody. Want to talk to people? No, you want to walk away, okay. I don't know, to be honest, New Generation. I'm not very good at keeping track of things, to be honest. I get distracted too easily. I think New Japan didn't have a bad match, to be honest, but then again, NXT has not had a bad match so far. I mean, the previous one did go a little bit long after the first elimination. I think it's very much up in the air still, to be honest. Hi, Mickle Pickle. You can be Macca Packa, Chloe, that's who you can be. No one likes Macca Packa. Big boot right in the leg there by Io Shirai. Kairi now with a Hurricanrana on the outside. I think it's very much open at the moment. I think NXT could win tonight if they continue on the same vein of form. I think... yeah, I don't know what happened there, Justin, to be honest. It just sort of came out. I think it's very tight at the moment, to be honest. If NXT can continue on in the same vein of form that they've started their first couple of matches off, they could pull this off, but at the moment they've got a lot of work to do. They need to keep the standard high to beat New Japan here, I think. Asuka locking in the Asuka lock on Kairi, saying this will be a big win if she can get the tap. She doesn't. Sane able to break free. I want to break free. I want to break free. Great song. Kairi marching. Looking. Oh. Io Shirai able to roll free. There's a possibility, yeah. I mean, it was weird, Justin, because the last one, I don't know if you saw the stream on Sunday. Sunday? No, Saturday, sorry. But we were all convinced that AEW had walked it. We really were. They dominated most of the weekly shows really easily. And as soon as we got to the pay-per-view, it was absolutely crazy. It was, AEW's pay-per-view was just pretty weak, and NXT just absolutely stole it. I'm sorry, Chloe, by the way, for calling you Macapaka. I just had a moment. I do apologise. You're not Macapaka. You can be Upsy Daisy if you like. Or one of the little people that lives in the house. Asuka with the pin now on Kairi Sane. I've gone weird, haven't I? Asuka now bring Kairi Sane back up to the feet. Yeah, I don't know how... well, to be honest, AEW got quite a lot of votes. But like I said, it was weird because of the amount of votes we got, to be honest. Like I said, I think we normally top a stream around about 15 people. At the highest, we seem to sort of float around the 12, 13 mark normally. And we got like 70 or 80 votes on some of those polls. It was incredible to see how many votes we actually got. And I'm sure a lot of people... Oh, you didn't? Ah, that's all right then, Chloe. I'll take it back. I didn't say a thing. I didn't say a thing. Oh, Io Shirai with a pin. There we go. 2 points for Io Shirai. She needed that. She had a terrible first season. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute here. Oh, I've messed this up, I have. So... that then needs to move into here. So paste values only, then 0 and 0, right, and then 0 this the whole way down, and then Io Shirai gets 2, Asuka picked up -1, and Kairi Sane picks up -1. There we go. There we go, I did it. Uh-oh. True, it's got 100 views. Yeah, I don't know if they're unique viewers or whether some of you keep nipping out and back in, that sort of stuff. But yeah, just about only 5,000. Just seen the full effect of what the shows were, and we're just voting based on names. Is that because it was one that you suggest? I don't think was it one you suggested. I think both you and New Generation both suggested that one there, Jay. Did you vote on the votes, Justin? Did you see them or not? The after the finales, we put a vote out in the community tab about which brand stays and which brands go. Did you vote on that, or...? I don't know how it shows up, because I don't normally see many community tabs, but a lot of people do vote on them. But we put out a vote for which brand stays on, which I think AEW won. They were convincingly, wouldn't it? They got the first 20 votes. It was 20-0 at one point. And then all of a sudden... NXT had a bit, AEW had a bit of a surge, but NXT still managed to hold on. And then we did another vote based on what brand would come in. And it was tight. We did 2 separate polls to fit everyone in, and I think it was tight between New Japan and WWE. So we did another poll, and New Japan came out on top of that one. Well, Jay, I must admit, no one's complained against any of your bookings so far, so everyone seems happy with it, so we'll continue using it unless I can spot anything we're missing out on. But I think you've got a lot of it covered. As long as we get to the pay-per-view with 7 matches sorted, we're all good. All the championships being defended. Yeah, that'd be amazing, Justin, wouldn't it? Have you seen, Justin, that this week Brian Pillman Jr. is making his debut on NXT? He's making his debut at AEW Dark. He's got a match against Shawn Spears. O'Reilly front chancery now on Rowe, rolls him through. Important match in the tag team division, this one. I've not done that either, have I? Nope, I've not done that either. Oh, I've not even set that up yet. Ah, what an absolute nerd. Or lack of nerd. I've not nerded enough. So, previous rankings overall. Sorry, I'm just sorting out the spreadsheet because I just realised I haven't sorted out the tag team one yet. So this is going to be equals sum of E3 plus F3. Lovely. We'll drag that down in there. Then we will have this move across into previous. Columns only, and then we can 0 and 0 these up. Boom, there we go. I did it. I did it. I'm a hero. I'm not a hero. I'm just a man. E to G. There we go. Oh, I missed a lot, yeah. Yeah, Justin, I saw he was ringside at Fyter Fest, I noticed, and yeah, they booked him on an episode of Dark now, but he's got a match against Sean Spears on Dark, and the way that Dark is based, I've just imagined that he's going to end up losing that one. He's going to be the jobber, I imagine, but it'll be difficult. I'm still not sure about Tessa, to be honest. Yeah, Justin, I'd like to see Davey Smith Jr. move into AEW as well. I know he's in MLW at the moment, with Lance Archer in AEW, and now with Brian Pillman Jr. in AEW. I'd like to see the new Foundation reformed, but I can't imagine Teddy Hart is going to be an option for AEW, to be honest, with his problems. Right, so we're down now to... Yeah, I mean, I can't see him redoing the Killer Elite squad, but I can see him maybe having Davey Boy and Pillman as a tag team. I mean, Pillman as well. I mean, there's an opportunity Pillman could be... I don't know, I don't want to say it but whether Pillman might be someone that might be considered for this new, Four Horsemen style stable they're looking at, maybe. I don't know, it'd be tricky. I mean, they've always looked at this sort of tag team, or this tag team partner for Sean Spears. Maybe Pillman can have a good match against Spears, and they decide to give him the opportunity. But I'm not quite sure he really suits Spears, to be honest. But he could be a much more flair option to this stable. I feel like the Revival have got to be in there. I mean... Do you think Sean Spears, the Revival, and Pillman Jr. could work as a stable? Big superplex. I need to watch Iron Man. I've not watched Iron Man in ages. I've only ever watched it once, to be honest. I've not watched any of the Marvel films at all. And then I brought the £120 Blu-ray box set and watched them all in the space of a month. One a night. Well, at least one a night, sometimes more. You're not a Sean Spears fan then, you're not, Justin? Wow. Tap out by Rowe. I think if there is going to be some sort of Four Horsemen style stable sort of thing, Sean Spears will be involved. Just because he's got Tully already. That's why I think it's going to be Cody. I think it'll be Cody, Spears, and the Revival. Because then you've got Arn, Tully, and with the 4 guys together as a stable. It just makes sense. If they go for it, that is. But now they're also talking about, with what happened on Dynamite last week, they're talking about potentially having a Hangman Page in there, aren't they? MJF, yeah. I mean, it could work, Justin. If they do like a Four Horsemen style sort of thing, then MJF could be the Ric Flair of the team. Definitely possible. MJF as the Ric Flair. The Revival as the Brainbusters. It's 2-on-1 now. I think it's 2-on-1, isn't it? It's 2-on-1. It's only a matter of time if Undisputed Era do pick up the victory, isn't it? So I'm going to start to... That's how confident I'm going to start to update the rankings already. Nick Aldis, yeah? That's true, really, yeah. I potentially thought about Cody as the Ric Flair role as well. Ah, Lucha, was it not called like, it was Aardvark or something like that, wasn't it? Or I never watched it. I just remember from watching all the Drama Alert videos and that sort of stuff. It was an Aardvark or something weird like that, I think it was. I can't remember now. It's not Aardvark then. It's close though. There's the tap, and the Undisputed Era do pick up the victory. There we go. Remember now, Cedric. Cedric! Cedric! There we go. See you in a bit, Justin. Yeah, I'll be finished by then, mate. We've only got 3 matches left tonight now then. So I'll be then, but you can always go back and check out. And there we go. Yeah, Luca, hopefully KSI will at some point. Ah, Spurs won 1-0. I'm not impressed. Right, time to put some good stuff on. Yeah, let's watch a GTA 5 playthrough done by this really cool YouTuber called Shabby Gamer. He's great. Right, so Jay, do you want to do your promo now, or... Because you know the promo, don't you, mate? Do you want to type it in? Do you want to type in what you've got? Essentially, let me read Jay's script from in here beforehand, but... El Hijo Fantasma introduces his new LIJ stable to NXT and uses that to kill Lucha Libre culture. So basically, he wants to... he basically wants to stop all this mask-wearing... flippy crap where people just bounce around the ring all day. He wants to show the quality of Mexican wrestlers, or Latin American wrestlers, shall I say. He's not impressed with these springboard spot monkeys. And tonight, he vows to start taking them out one by one. I hope I got that right, Jay. So we've got a normal tag team match here because we wanted the manager, so this should be interesting. I don't often do normal tag team matches, but we'll see how it goes. I need a pee. Oh, I just realised I typed in a whole message yesterday on NXT and I didn't post it. I do apologise. It's a little bit like the was it the Drew Gulak no fly zone sort of thing. He wants to showcase the ability that the wrestlers have instead of just being this sort of spectacle of not really that high in the car, but just doing all these flippy, shitty, bouncy things. He doesn't anymore, no. He doesn't wear a mask anymore. I'm waiting for someone to make a good one that's unmasked, to be honest. I mean, Jay, I know I said about the Rey Mysterio thing, about not wanting to use Rey Mysterio because he's not been part of NXT. But I did say before, if we wanted to use him as a one-off, I don't have a problem with that. So if you wanted to bring Mysterio in as part of the pay-per-view, maybe Mask versus Mask, El Hijo de Fantasma versus Rey Mysterio, Mask versus Mask match. We try and get Rey to win, then we bring in Escobar next season without a mask. How does that sound? I haven't, Luca, to be honest, but I know Rey's contract's expired today, hasn't it? Apparently he's going to keep working without a contract, but I don't think he's going to be there for very long. Nice Saito suplex. I like the way that Garza is wearing the same colour as Escobar. Or Fantasma. El Fantasma. Nice backbreaker. And Garza's looking strong here. Is DJZ in it? I didn't realise it was DJZ. Bloody hell. Yeah, what do you think, Jay? We could build this. If you wanted to use Rey Mysterio, we could build this up and we could do Fantasma versus Rey at the pay-per-view. Mask versus Mask. Have Rey win. And then we can use the unmasked version of Fantasma moving forward. An eye for an eye match, okay. I think Rey's going to retire soon, to be honest. He's had a difficult career. WCW was I don't know if anyone's really looked into a lot of WCW stuff, but that was a horrible place to work. Yeah, we'll do that then, Ray. Ray. We'll do that then, Jay, if you want. We'll build up to that at pay-per-view. We need to try and engineer sort of Rey winning then, I suppose, don't we? And then we can unmask Fantasma moving forward. I'm sure by then somebody would have made a good core of him. I suppose it's going to be Cruiserweight Championship and Mask versus Mask, isn't it? I'm sure it will be then, won't it? There we go. A lot up for grabs then, isn't there, really? Oh, that's good then. And so by the time we've got to the end of this season, then we'll be able to use that. Ready for next time round. Gets their eyes taken out. Really? Yeah, I've seen that, Luca. I mean, I actually watched that live. I did. Show my age, isn't it? I watched that live, that bit. Yeah, the way that WCW sort of worked is that you got booked if you were available. If you got injured, then your place would be given to somebody else, and it's just a waiting game for somebody else to get injured, really. So a lot of WCW talent used to work through injuries just from the fear of not getting paid and not getting work. I don't know, Lucha. It's a tricky one with Ray, isn't it? Because he's not been part of NXT. However, it's the Cruiserweight Championship, and Ray is probably one of the most notorious Cruiserweights in history. So, like I said, I've got no problem with doing the one-off match. I wouldn't want to make Ray a permanent part of the roster. Maybe what we could do is Ray could win the belt, and then maybe Ray could advocate the belt, and we could do the Cruiserweight Classic to crown the new champion. Or if we're happy, we could leave Ray in there. It's up to you guys, I suppose. So I don't really want people to be part of a roster that they're not part of in real life, but if it does make sense, I don't mind making the exception for special attractions. If Ray loses, he'll be eyeless. That is a pretty weird stipulation from WWE, I must admit. Oh my god. Well, there you go, Jay. It didn't work out how you planned, did it? I'm sure we can work from that, though. I'm sure we can work from that. We're going to have to build upon this, then, aren't we? So, it was a loss for Hector Garza. Where is Hector Garza? He's on the roster, isn't he? Andrade definitely is. There's Andrade with a loss. But I've got Garza on here yet. Have I just got him as Garza? No, I haven't. Okay. I shall add him then. Hector Garza. Okay. Tag team and cruiserweight belts. That's a loss for you as well then. And then it's victories for both Kalisto and Gran Metalik. There we go. Okay. Let's move on. That's fine, Joe. I think we can work from this. Jay. Maybe we'll have some interferences next week. Have Phantasma attacking people. Maybe you can do that, and then eventually Rey Mysterio comes back to even up the odds. That could work. Right, I'm going to go for a quick pee while this one starts. 1 second. Back again. It is me. Tell a friend. Right, there we go. Dominik Dijakovic versus Keith Lee. That'll be a good show. Yeah, no problem, Jay. We'll put that in. I think that makes sense to build this storyline up we're trying to do. So we're going to be... Is it Sin Cara versus one of those other guys? Do you want to do Sin Cara versus Garza maybe, then have Phantasma attack? Should be an interesting one. Sin Cara versus Andrade. Okay. Cara versus Andrade. Phantasma to attack mid-match and build feud. Okay, I'll put that in for next week. Well, otherwise known as tomorrow. Dominic versus Andrade. Phantasma attacks Sin Cara versus. Okay, we'll do Angel Garza. Do Angel Garza. Then that way we can do. Yeah, we could do that, yeah. Maybe Ray comes in for a match and then they attack him, yeah? During his entrance. Big elbows then by Keith Lee, the former North American champion. Of course, lost it to Kevin Owens at the pay-per-view. I mean, it might be best to wait and see what happens here really between these two, because this could be a defining moment really in the North American Championship picture. Someone could really step up. I need to put the new tag team in, didn't I? I need to put LIJ in as a tag team. We call them LIJJ? LIJJ? Is that what they're being called? So, one loss. Oh, what have I done here then? Because I've got a mix here, haven't I? Got to give the points to Dragons. Okay. There we go. Dijakovic, that's a big win for him. I was expecting a Keith Lee win here, but Dominic Dijakovic picks up a big victory. Keith Lee suffers a loss. Another one. LIJJ. Yeah. Yeah, Lucha, it's always the one that I don't want it to be. That's what it always works. I have to select the opposite to what I want. I don't know why. The Rudos. Yeah, it wasn't the best match, actually. I was pretty surprised by how quick that was, to be honest. And the thing is, that could be the big swaying point. That one match could literally be the one swaying point, because New Japan was pretty strong the whole night through. And here we go then, main event time. Of course, Kevin Owens won this one, called the Stable the Rudos, okay. I suppose LIJ is pretty much copyrighted. Plus, LIJ, I suppose, is part of New Japan in this one, isn't it, really? That's going to be the big question, I suppose. Lucha Reject. Does that one match give... Oh, does that one match give New Japan the upper hand? Or is it still too tight to tell? I feel like it's all on this match now, though, isn't it? It's got to all be on this match, hasn't it, really? Seth Rollins up top. So my phone just went mad there for a second. I do apologise. Yeah, it's a bit like WWE having the club rather than Bullet Club, isn't it, I suppose. Samoan drop by Kevin Owens. Owens slamming the boots into the gut of Seth. And Owens looking to retain the championship on his first defense. Of course, he only won it at the pay-per-view when he defeated Keith Lee. And tonight he could be handing that belt over already. Kevin Owens rolling through Adam Cole. How do we do the votes this weekend then? What do you think? I mean, do we put AEW back in the votes now? Or do we leave them off for another season? What do we think? That's the question, I suppose, isn't it? Nice German suplex by Seth on Kevin Owens, launched him across the ring. I'm looking forward to that now. One more season? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I want to see Impact, but I don't want to see Impact until before Slammiversary, because I want to see what's going to happen. I want to see who these new roster members are going to be. After Season 3, yeah, I think everyone's agreeing then. We'll give them one more week off then. Well, there's more positive identifications of COVID in WWE. "30 people from the Performance Center have tested positive, including people like Jamie Noble, Adam Pearce, and Kyla Braxton." Well, that's not going down too well for WWE, is it? What? 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 You cannot believe what I've just written, or what I've just read. You will not believe what I've just read right now. I mean, this is a spoiler for Raw, so please let me know if you don't want to know. But this is the weirdest thing I think I've read in a long time. I can't believe it. I can't believe what I've just read. I can't believe what I've just read. There's going to be a big return tonight on Raw. There's a big return because of all the COVID issues. They've had to bring somebody back. Any guesses who you think it's going to be? It surprised me, because I thought this person was already signed elsewhere. No. It's nowhere near Brock Lesnar. It's Heath Slater. Heath Slater is returning on Raw tonight, apparently. Heath Slater is booked and ready to go. Even after teasing his Impact debut, Heath Slater is apparently ready for Raw. I mean, mainly because they've had 30 people test positive for the COVID virus. Whether it's a one-off appearance or whether he's going to be back permanently, I don't know, but that's an interesting one, isn't it? Fucking Heath Slater. I like Heath Slater, I must admit, I do like him. He needs a job, yeah, that's true. He does need a job. He's got a mouse to feed. I don't know what incapacity. I've just literally been on the Lords of Pain website, and it says that he is, according to PW Insider, he is scheduled to be part of tonight's show somehow. Whether it's a one-off appearance or a long-term re-signing, it's yet to be seen, I suppose. Oh, three-man band could be back. Yeah, you're right, Jay. They dropped the ball, didn't they? Three-man band versus The Shield was the perfect thing. It would have been amazing. It's a possibility. I mean, who's Drew McIntyre feuding with at the moment? Does anyone know who's Drew feuding with? Is he feuding with Seth? No, Seth's feuding with Rey Mysterio, isn't he? Has Adam Cole just won this? Adam Cole has won this. Adam Cole is the new North American Champion of the World. And Kevin Owens retained the belt for all of 3 days. The Road Dogg Jesse James. The Badass Billy Gunn. Ziggler. I don't know, I was going to say Ziggler in a trio. I don't think Ziggler is in a trio, is he really? So the question would be then, if that wasn't an amazing match, who comes out on top? Has NXT stole it? Oh, you can imagine Heath Slater coming out trying to get himself a championship match tonight. That'd be incredible. Who did Cole pin? Cole pinned Seth Rollins? No. I'm just going back on the stream now. I'm not quite sure. Was it Owens? Yeah, he pinned Kevin Owens. He pinned Kevin Owens. Adam Cole with a +2. Kevin Owens with the -1. And Seth Rollins with a -1. Boom, there we go. And Kevin Owens. Adam Cole gets the one-time champion. Kevin Owens gets his one-time champion removed. There we go. There we freaking go. Yeah, Owens was the one pinned, yeah. Boom. What are you thinking then? I think New Japan might have... You think NXT? I thought New Japan might have nicked it just because I felt a little bit more consistent, but... I think either way it's pretty tight, to be honest. Very, very tight. If you're saying it's down to 0.5 of a star, then yeah, it is very tight, I suppose, isn't it? Well, there we go. There we freaking go. It was a good show. I enjoyed that. We had a couple of good pay-per-views there, didn't we? A couple of good shows. Is that the new guy? Yeah, that's Rudos then, isn't it? Yeah. So, I'll be streaming again tomorrow night. Like I said earlier on, though, I think I'm going to struggle to stream a lot this week because of work commitments this week. So I think I'm going to be literally streaming tomorrow, and then I might not be able to stream again till Sunday. Because I've got a bit of a difficult week planned in this week with work and I said everything else as well. So it looks like we'll do tomorrow and then probably... yeah, like I say, probably not again until Sunday. I do apologise. But yeah, I've enjoyed that. Should we have a look at the... where are we? Where have you sent that in, Jay, then? I don't know where that is. Okay. What we got? We've got the... we've got New Generations... New Generations Didgeridoo. Yeah, I know, Lucha. It's going to be... I mean, I might be able to come back a little bit earlier. I'm just not 100% sure yet. I'll have to wait and see. But the next time I can commit is always going to be Sunday. Right, I'll read the New Generations fanfic then. You ready for this? Chapter 8, Heaven. It's time for Stairway to Heaven. The match begins. Cobb and Shabby start to brawl into the crowd. They fight all through the crowd. Shabby sees Nate in the crowd. He grabs the 2011 Money in the Bank disc and cracks him over the head with it. Then Cobb picks Shabby up and powerbombs him through a table. Cobb makes his way to the outside of the building. He has to try and find a way onto the roof. But out of nowhere, Shabby super kicks Cobb, but in the process he pulls a muscle. That don't surprise me. Shabby gets up and hobbles over to the ladder. He starts to hobble up the ladder. But Cobb comes up and tips the ladder over. Shabby falls into a river beside the arena. Thank God the river was there, I tell you. That could have been really serious, that. Cobb starts to climb the ladder. He gets to the top of the roof. He calls out for a barbed wire light tube glass flatbed. Shabby climbs up the ladder. He looks like the Swamp Thing. He gets up on top. They start trading blows. And out of nowhere, an angel comes down and does a missile dropkick from heaven. Cobb grabs the match. He lights the fire. He throws the match onto the flatbed. Shabby spears the angel. Then grabs Cobb and does a tit driver into the flatbed. Shabby crawls out of the truck. He climbs the ladder, walks over to the key, and the angel does a meteora onto Shabby. Then another does a shooting star press from heaven. The angels hit a 3D and the druids come and beat up the angels. Then the Undertaker appears and does a last ride on one of the angels off the roof. Then Cobb comes through, take it off the roof. Wow. Then the demon comes, choke slams Cobb through the roof. Shabby gets the key. Shabby is God. The first order is to get his channel back. That completes the end of book number 1. Where's your one? Did you send one through yesterday, did you, Lucha? I can't see, because all I can see is all of Jay's NXT cards. Where are we? Is it that one? Is it chapter 3? I think it is chapter 3, isn't it? Lucha Reject, chapter 3, The Aftermath. Shabby is celebrating in the middle of the ring, ecstatic that this has happened. While he's celebrating, Keith Lee slides into the ring behind him. Keith Lee gets a hold of Shabby, turns him around, and hits a spirit bomb. Keith Lee then picks Shabby up and hits another spirit bomb. But Keith Lee is still not done. He picks Shabby up and hits a third and final spirit bomb. About an hour later, when Shabby has finally made his way backstage, he was crawling as fast as he could, about 0.15 miles an hour, to find Triple H to campaign and get Keith Lee punished for the lethal after-match attack. Shabby was muttering to himself bad names about Keith Lee. Unfortunately for him, one of the dressing rooms he crawled past while muttering this, and himself, Keith Lee. Keith Lee quickly understood what was going on and would not tolerate getting punished. Keith Lee sprinted out, going through the door very fast like an elephant. The door hit Shabby on the way, but Keith Lee didn't think this was enough. He picked Shabby up and hits another spirit bomb, putting Shabby through a nearby trash can. But who was in sight of? Only another member who had taken a spirit bomb. Only Lorcan. And he couldn't let this go unknown. He took the other route around to Triple H's office, where Keith Lee wouldn't find him. As soon as he finished explaining this to Triple H, Hunter was straight out the door to where Keith Lee was. He was off to tell Keith Lee that he'd heard what had happened and he would be punished with a 4-month suspension. He told this to Keith Lee, and Keith Lee was angry and started aiming strikes at Triple H, even hitting a few of them. But Triple H wasn't going to stand there and take it. He kicked Keith Lee in the midsection and hits a pedigree. Runs out of character space. I don't think you typed that, did you, really? Later on in interviews, Triple H would be heard saying that the extent of Keith Lee's suspension. Shabby sat at home feeling very, very happy because... Shabby sat at home feeling very happy, but also very beaten, listening to his interview. He would have created a minor miracle if he wanted to be ready for this title match. So it wasn't a it wasn't a 7-second victory for the champ Adam Cole. God, I got tongue twisted there for a second, didn't I? You're one, Luca. Oh, Luca's got a new one, has he? Quickest fanfic ever. Let's go, Shabby, watching 4 favourite shows. The Simpsons, when it suddenly gets sucked into the TV. That's not how they normally start, is it? He awakes being Yaya Sanogo. Is he the one who used to play for Arsenal? Yeah, he is, yeah. He gets ready to fight when Arsene Wenger opens his big coat to reveal nothing but clear bone. He then turns around to see the oddest sight ever, smiling Jose Mourinho and dreams of a full team of Lingard. Oh, God. A team of Lingards. A team of Lingards. He wakes up in a sweat to remember that now Leicester City and Liverpool have won the league since they won last. Oh, God, yeah. He goes to the shower, gets undressed to see Hornswoggle and Doink the Clown slowly putting warm cream on Vinnie McMahon's back. Luca, you've got some issues, mate. You really... I don't know where you get this from. Hornswoggle and Doink the Clown slowly putting warm whipped cream onto Vince McMahon's back. Well. Anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you because it's 10:30 and I've got to eat my curry still, which is going to give me incredible heartburn tonight. I do hope you've enjoyed tonight's show. If you have, then make sure you've already hit that like button. Of course, subscribe and all that other good stuff. And I'll see you again very, very soon. I'll see you tomorrow for our second part of the NXT versus New Japan. Goodbye, good night. God bless. And make sure you continue taking your medication.